everyone, it's Sabrina from the Combat family, and today we are going to do a video on my mini first aid kit and what exactly is inside of it. So this is the first aid kit that I take with me everywhere I go inside my day bag, which is a fanny pack or kind of like a shoulder bag. And if you've seen our previous video, I did a what's in my day bag video recently, so you can go look at that and see what I take with me everywhere. But in there was this. So we are going to go ahead and go through all the contents so you can get an idea of what I take with me medically everywhere that I go with my family, my husband and my 2 daughters. So stay tuned and we will discuss that now. Okay, so I have went ahead and laid everything out right here. So I'll go ahead and give you a screenshot of everything laid out so you can kind of look and see everything together. But I will go through everything with you so you can see exactly what's in it, and I'll give you a little explanation of why. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the pain medicines. So here it's called Panadol, Panadol is the name brand, but it's called paracetamol. But in America, we call it acetaminophen. It's the same thing. So I have 2 packs of 2, so a total of 4 extra strength Tylenol or paracetamol. And those definitely come in handy a lot for headaches or whatever when we're out on the go. I also have naproxen sodium, which is used for pain as well. And I bought these little tiny Ziploc bags, and I just wrote the name of the medicine on each one so that I could just have a little amount with me. I was kind of getting the individual packs like this. I have Midol in the individual packs, but first of all, they're so expensive to get in these individual packs. It's bad for the environment, and I just feel like it's a waste of money when I could have this. These also take up a lot more space in the mini first aid kit, which is a downfall as well. So I realized just get a bottle of whatever medicine that I need, and I got tons from Amazon of these little these little Ziploc bags so that I could use them for this purpose. So next I have and also in the little pack, I kind of like cut it so it would fit better in the mini first aid kit. And these are also extra strength Tylenol or acetaminophen. They're just a different brand. So I like to have multiples of those just because if I forget to fill the first aid kit, those are still one of the most important things that we use. I also have ibuprofen, a 2-pack of that. And then in regards to our kids, which often our kids use the medicine that we use because they're 8 and 9, they're able to swallow things. Don't take medical advice from me because I'm just a mom. But yeah, our kids are able to handle the adult medicine, but I still had a few of the kids medicine. So this one is from Kenya, so it's a paracetamol, and it's a 2-pack for juniors, which means it's chewable. And then this is the acetaminophen from America, a 2-pack, and they're also the juniors, so they're chewable as well. So I just have those in there. Let's go ahead with the antibiotics. So as you guys have seen, if you watched my previous video of medical experiences in Kenya, one of the most extreme medical issues that I've had since I've been here is UTIs. So I always like to stay prepared in regards to the UTIs because if you've never had them, so painful. So I make sure that I have the antibiotics with me. This is nitrofurantoin that I use for the UTIs. I haven't had that issue very much lately, so thank you, Jesus. But if I do and we're out and about, that's the worst case scenario. So I make sure that I always have something with me to combat that situation, at least until I get home and I can make myself more comfortable. In regards to that as well, I also have Azo, the 2 different types of Azo. The smaller dark pills are for pain, and then the red ones are for pain and something else. I don't know. But they work so well together. And that's also for UTIs, so I make sure that I have that with me as well. So two opposites here that we have is laxatives, in case that is needed when we are out and about, which it's not really a thing that you would need when you're out and about, but just in case. And then anti-diarrhea pills. So I had 4 in here, but we used 2, so I only have 2 left. So I have to refill that when I get a chance. Another thing I have is anti-itch pills. So I don't know exactly what these are. I think they're kind of like Zyrtec, like a allergy pill. I don't know, but when we were getting mosquito bites a lot in Tezo, and the staph infections that I was telling you guys about in the medical experiences video, these helped so much. They kind of put you to sleep, which I didn't realize until later on, but I would take one at night and I would take one during, like, in the morning, and they were so much help because the itching was just killing me. So in regards to the mosquito bites, I have these Ben's pads for bug repellent, and we actually haven't used these very much because, as I've said in a previous video, I would like to cover myself as opposed to putting like chemicals on my skin, like mosquito repellent and things like that. So, I mean, we have this if needed, especially for our 2 daughters, but we don't often use these. So I don't think we've used one. Maybe we've used like 1 since we've been here, and we got a whole pack of them from Amazon. Okay, so we have multiple different Band-Aids. We have a larger Band-Aid, maybe this is like a 2-inch by 3-inch. And then we have regular cloth Band-Aids, that's 2 of them. Then we have a Skin Flex. These are my favorite by far Band-Aids. They're amazing and they stay on forever. And then we have just one of these kids Band-Aids that doesn't stay on at all. So that's the variety of Band-Aids that we have. We also have sting relief pads. So we have 2 of those just in case somebody does get stung by a mosquito and it's uncomfortable for them. It's always good to have something in regards to that, especially being in Kenya, particularly with kids, because my kids know that I am always prepared. So I feel like because of that, whenever something happens, they're always like, "Mom, what do you have for this?" Like, "Mom, I have a headache. Do you have medicine for a headache? Mom, I got stung by a mosquito. Like, do you have something for that?" And just giving them like a little sting relief pad, like it makes them feel like so better. You know, it's just like, I don't know, Mom took care of it. Okay, so alcohol pads. We have 3 alcohol pads, and those were coming in handy so much when we had the MRSA and the different staph infections when we were in Tezo. So I would make sure that the girls always cleaned the area with an alcohol pad and then put whatever cream the doctor told them to put on it. I know some people are against alcohol pads, or alcohol in general, but it significantly worked for us in regards to those medical issues. So I definitely use them. So now we're going to get to some of the creams that I have in here. So sunscreen. Unfortunately, I only found these packets of sunscreen in SPF 30. And as many of you know, my husband has vitiligo, so SPF 50 is like the minimum that he will use. So, I mean, it's good to have this just in case, but he's not a fan because he doesn't like anything under SPF 50. So, I mean, it's good for safari. Georgina doesn't really get sunburned, but it's just good to have in here in case. I also have 2 of these anti-itch creams. Again, same thing with the sting relief pads. It just provides relief for mosquito bites or anything like that. I have the triple antibiotic ointment, 2 of those as well. So if somebody gets a cut or whatever, I can go ahead and use an alcohol pad to clean it. Then I can put the triple antibiotic ointment, and then I can put a Band-Aid on top of it, and then they can go on with their playing or whatever they're doing. So here I have a first aid burn cream. I just have one of those in here. And I got all of these little pouches from Amazon. They're really cheap. They're like between $2 and $5 for like 10 to 20 of these little packets of different kinds of creams. So that was so useful in my mini first aid kit. And then the last cream, I think, oh, second to last, that we have here is Blistex. So I got a pack of these on Amazon. I forgot how much they were, but it was a large pack, like a pack of 100 or something. And they just come in so handy, like just to put one in your pocket, and it's just so flat, you know? So if you forget a lipstick or whatever, it just, there's nothing worse than having dry lips, especially when it's like hot outside. So I keep 3 of those just in case, because they're kind of like a one-time use. Like if everybody needed chapstick, we could probably get like one time for all of us if we use just a little bit, but you're not gonna use it one time and then remember to use it again before it's gross. Here is a lip gloss, so just different options in regards to lips, and that's a one-time use as well. So then we have a little pack of aspirin. So if you want to go the little package route, these packs are the most inexpensive, and you can find these on Amazon as well. So I'll go ahead and link everything in the description below so you guys could look at the different options of things that I got. I'll link the Ziploc bags as well because I love those. But yeah, these ones, they come in packs for first aid kit refills. So they have aspirin, they have acetaminophen, ibuprofen, what else? There's tons that they have. They have like a gas relief ones, I think. They have Tums. They have all kinds in these little packets, and they're pretty cheap. So this one is aspirin, and that's the only one of this brand that I have in here. But just for emergencies, and who knows when anyone might need aspirin, so that's always helpful. These are kind of like Tums, but like a Kenya brand, but it's just the minty Tums. So if anyone has like heartburn, I have that for them. Here are eye drops. So I have 2 of these, and again, these are individual use, so once you're done using it, you just throw it away. But these definitely come in handy, especially in the village, because the dust and the soil, it just gets in the air and is everywhere. And especially one of the first times that we went to the village, or earlier on when we got here, Safari was playing with a damn cat. And she's allergic, or intolerant, I should say, to cats and dogs. She's actually been tested. So she was playing with this cat, and then what do kids do? Of course, they wipe their eyes and stuff, and so her eyes were like so swollen, bloodshot red. Mom, my eyes hurt so much. And good thing I had one of these so that I could give her some type of relief until we got back home. So here is one Pepto-Bismol, because we used the other one, so I have to refill. But these definitely come in handy with different foods that we eat here, especially since like me and Safari are from a different background than Shaha and Georgina are. So sometimes we'll eat a food that I prepare and it won't go well with Shaha or Georgina's stomach. And then sometimes we'll go out to a restaurant and eat something that's more local, and then it won't settle right with me or Safari's stomach. So it's just good to have this, the Pepto-Bismol, just in case. So this is like an electrolytes packet, like kind of like a Pedialyte type thing or whatever. So these, it's a Kenya brand, and it is disgusting. It tastes like the medicine artificial orange and salt. It's just, it's gross, but it works, okay? So that's why I have one of these in here. I have many of them also in my big first aid kit as well, and I'll do a separate video on my big first aid kit. Okay, we are almost done here. I have liquid skin. So this comes in handy so much, especially when I am cooking. Granted, if I'm continuously getting my hands wet, it does come off a lot easier, but it still does help for those situations where like a Band-Aid would instantly fall off. So I like using this a lot. And I have the spray one and the liquid one in here. Yeah, in here. And I use those often, especially when I'm in the kitchen, because I tend to cut my fingers a lot. So it's always good to keep that with me. And then finally, a yeast infection suppository. So my philosophy is the most horrible pains are teeth pain and vagina pain. So those are the two pains I just can't withstand. So because of that, I make sure that I have all of the things I need for UTIs, for yeast infections, which I actually don't get often, but just in case, I have it ready. So those are all the things in my first aid kit that I recently made, but I will also show you my first aid kit that I made before this, because it has a couple things that are different than this one, and I keep them both with me in my fanny pack. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the things that were in my previous first aid kit that I am going to now add to this first aid kit, so that I don't have to have double in my fanny pack. I could just have one first aid kit that I know has everything in it. So first of all, I have sleeping medicine. So since there are 4 of us in the family, I make sure to have 4 in here just in case we're on a train or a bus or whatever, and the girls especially need to be sleeping. I have that so it'll be easier for them to do so. Then I have these, it kind of looks old, but I got them from, I forgot, some store in Ohio before we left, and it's actually the powder form of acetaminophen. So it's the extra strength one, so it's 500 milligrams, oh no, it's not extra strength, it's 260 milligrams of acetaminophen and 520 milligrams of aspirin, and then 32 milligrams of caffeine. So it's definitely for like headaches or pain, anything like that, and it's the powder version. So I like to definitely have some variety in my first aid kit. So this is for medicine for gas relief, chewables, and then I have 2 of these chest congestion mini melts. So these are for like my daughter's age, like around 8 and 9. Like it's kind of the like after liquids, like liquid medicine, and before like pill medicine. So these have definitely come in handy. I make sure I keep 2 in my first aid kit. 2 Q-tips just in case. And then finally, one of the most important things in my first aid kit, and that is this. So what I use this for is any teeth pain. So it is actually a oral spray for bedroom situations, but I have found a long time ago when we lived in Texas, so that was like maybe more than 4 years ago, I had the worst toothache of my life. And I think it was like a Saturday night or something, Sunday night. So nothing was open for me to go and get any type of relief. So I was like, what can I do? I was looking for anything that could have given me some type of relief. And I actually had one of these oral bedroom sprays to, I don't know, experiment with, whatever. So I was like, maybe since that's supposed to numb your inside of your mouth, maybe it will numb my tooth area, and it worked amazing. Way more than anything made for teeth pain. Way more than Orajel, way more than anything like that. So I make sure, I actually bought these, this is actually like one of those mini like eyeliner like containers, and I bought these from Amazon, and then I just put it in here, and I taped it around to make sure that like it didn't leak in my first aid kit. But this is the most amazing thing. I just feel so much better knowing that I have it with me, because teeth pain is no joke. So this is one thing that I would absolutely recommend to you if you are building a first aid kit. So that is everything in my first aid kit. So I will again show you a picture of everything on the screen so you could kind of see everything put together. And I hope you really enjoyed this video, because I really enjoy making videos like this. I think it's really important to see what other people have, so you could be like, oh, my family doesn't need that, or oh, I forgot to put that into my first aid kit. Thank you for reminding me, you know? So please let me know if you guys have a first aid kit that you take everywhere with you, what exactly you bring, what you left out, what I've talked about that you're like, wow, that's a really good idea. I would love to hear those things in the comments. So please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in our next video. Bye!